I might delete this. It is just, I'm in a depressive funk, and this is a, I guess, catharsis ramble, and we'll see if I'm going to keep it up. I feel like I don't care. There was, this last week, friends were like, oh, do you want to watch the Seahawks game? And I'm just like, I don't fucking want any bread or circus. I really don't want any fucking bread or circus anymore. And there's just these like materialistic type conversations that I think I used to be able to tolerate a little bit more, and I just can't. I can't stomach things anymore. And it feels, I know people question about the empath thing, right? Like, what did I do? It just means that you're like a compassionate human. I mean that like I feel it in a way that I can't function. I feel like I'm wearing jeans and a heavy sweater and boots, and I'm in water, and everything is getting waterlogged, and it's just, things are like water's just lapping at my face as everything just weighs heavier and heavier. And I was thinking about how we're all in our own little echo chamber. We all are. It's not just, we talk about like people in their Fox News, they're in their echo. We are too. If I'm gonna post this, my algorithm is worked in a way where it's like-minded people are gonna see it and they're gonna understand it. I was seeing somebody talk about how in Germany, it wasn't that there was like a massive percentage of people who were the Yazis, right? There was a small percentage of people who were the Yazis. There was a small percentage of the people who were like the resistance. And then you just had this big number of people who were just like, what, bystanders? This memory popped in my brain. It was years ago. I was in a bar in New Orleans with some of my white friends, and the bar was like white people. And it was talking about, it was when Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee, and it was like, I think a game was on, and the conversation, the bartender was talking, people were agreeing with like, oh, why is he doing? And I just remember at this point I hadn't, done all the reading, all the research and stuff, and I wasn't very strong in my voice. And I remember I was just like, I can't sit here and just like let this happen. And so like I inarticulately was trying to, talk to this guy about it. And it was the looks I got, not just from him, but from my friends. Nobody had my back. Nobody was like going to help me. It was just me stuttering along and everybody looking at me like, okay, cool, we got the crazy brown girl in here. And then forward to Cop City, for example, where they called everything that was happening, where they're like, we cannot have this be built because this is how it's going to be used. And there's blood then too. And just all the conversations I've had with friends and family, and the refusal to see it for what it is. It's like easier to look at me and say that, I'm just like, oh, there goes someone, she's, been radicalized by whatever. But it's easier to do that than to see what the connections are. And I guess that's the crux of it, is how do you get that big group of bystander people to see outside of their own echo chamber, to get that it's not just, oh, in the election we'll vote this out. Like, this is way bigger than that. How do you get them to see through history what is actually happening? And these aren't uncaring people or unempathetic people. My friends and family that I've tried to have this conversation with, they're caring people. It's just they see it, or they'll put their head in the sand, whatever, where it's just like, oh no, the news is so sad, I can't. And then it's like bread and circus. They're so they're so down with the bread and circus. And how do you get people out of that?